somebody has to take notes.
I'm gonna sit in there until they're done. I'll
Yeah.
come back over.
All
Thanks.
right. What's today, the 12th?
Yep.
12.
If we both take notes, we can assemble something.
Okay, so
Later.
people present.
It's impressive you go for last names.
Well, I bet Jennifer drilled that into me. That's one of the
That's
things in
interesting.
minutes and on the agenda, you have to use the first and the last name.
Ah.
Otherwise,
Hmm.
no one else knows who Jack or Kathy
No,
is. You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Me.
All right.
Okay, so.
You have minutes, but we can't approve them.
Right.
We'll wait for next month. Alrighty. Okay, new business. Kathy, this is you.
Okay, so, these things that we've learned about plastic recently have been truly alarming to me. It was some new information for me that I think is really serious. And I felt like, okay, we've learned about this stuff, well, I think probably we should be passing it on. So, somehow this book, Plastic Ink, I told you about it, crossed my path, and I looked through the table of contents to see if it had this new. I think people have known about it for a while, but the people talking to us were not making a big deal out of the fertility thing, and also why recycling won't work, which is because of all the additives and coloring added to plastic. It just makes it impossible to recycle. So, and this book does talk about everything else we already know, but it does include those things. So I was thinking, hey, maybe we should get the library to order like 8 copies and have them sitting right on the counter like they did with that other book.
Mm-hmm.
And
The other book was Saving Us by Katherine Hayhoe. When we did our climate day years ago, they had extra copies. They had, I think, 20 copies. That book had been in print for a little while, and it was great to have that as a resource.
yeah, so that was my thinking, was to ask them to order some copies of that and have them on the counter, like, sort of pushing them. Because if people don't know the book exists, they're not going to ask for it, because I think people need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I think too, when you said like the recycling's not the answer, the full circle of recycling cannot be the answer because of the additives.
Right.
However, recycling is still extremely important.
well, of metal, glass, and paper, but recycling plastic.
No, plastic too, it's just gonna get downcycled. That's all.
Well, from
But
what my understanding is, it's not actually getting reused much. I mean, like Ridwell claims they have 2 vendors, but I'm not comfortable anymore about using Ridwell because that puts it right into the water system. They both have to do with drainage, or irrigation, and it doesn't really. My brain is now, it's just on don't use it, just try not to use it, because reusing it doesn't really help us. It's very bad to have in our environment. It's like, it's poison. It's just very bad. It's bad for us. So anyway, but as it turns out, we don't know if the library can even get the copies of that. Anyway, we can't vote on it. I guess I could go over there.
Well, they could, certainly the librarian could check out a copy, so if they wanted to purchase it and put it on the shelf, the plastic ink.
Right, but we can't decide as a committee to, yes, one of us
No, no,
will
no.
go over and talk to the library.
Correct, yes, I
about it.
understand that.
So, I mean, it's a problem that's not gonna go away.
So,
I'll just bring it up
We'll
again.
put this back
Yeah.
on the agenda.
And also for next month's agenda, we can look at this book. This is another option. This is from Judith Inc. and Beyond Plastics, so the same guest speaker we had last month, I believe, that was here. This is also a similar book that really looks at the problems with plastic. Some
Yeah,
of
but
the
unless it
issues.
spells it out like that,
Well-
like they have for us, I don't think people will be like, yeah, we know plastic's
Yes.
all over.
Judith.
Yeah, Judith ENCK. It's worth a read.
Okay,
And so
I'm gonna look at
I'll loan it to
it.
you.
Okay,
And at some point, I know you're busy now, but it's worth a read. And I found actually it was a fast read. It was
yeah, it's not
a
very
very
long.
engaging writing style.
Oh, good.
So
Okay, so
that's another
talked about-
possibility.
Plastic ink. It did not vote. So then the other thing, did either of you guys have a chance to look at, that approved spending categories
Yeah,
list? I mean, the best way to look at it is online, because then you
Yeah.
can light up those categories and see what all is in there. So what we have in that account, the total right now is $7,550. Ongoing, we spend,
This is the recycling
Yeah.
account. Gotcha.
what we have available is around 5,000.
Yeah.
Cause we buy the compost bins, we do the shredding, and we pay for participating in household hazardous waste. So it's, what do we wanna recommend to the select board that we spend the $5,000 on? Last year, I didn't really talk to you guys about it very much, because Scott McCarthy came up with the idea of 2 trash receptacles for the sports fields. That cost about 3,000, so I just went with it.
Are they installed?
Yeah, they're installed, they're not, yeah, they're
Where,
nice.
by the elementary school? The high
No, they're
school?
back behind public safety where the
Okay.
baseball fields are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, one's on one end, one's on the other end. I only saw one, but they're pretty cool looking. They're on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And the trick is, anything that this money is spent on, it has to have to do with recycling or composting or be made out of recycled materials. Like, I'm thinking with our budget so pathetic, the town budget, maybe, department heads need to, be able to order their paper, and use this money. I mean, and save a little bit of money that way.
Yeah. One idea on that is talking to our interim town administrator and see what he thinks.
Right, I mean, I always talk to Jennifer about it.
Yeah.
She tends, in the past, I brought the paper thing up before, and she's like, no, you do benches or something. Well, where do we need any benches? I don't think the town needs any benches right now, do you? This is what she said in the past.
Yeah.
She might be all for it, or using it for recycled office supplies now, because of
So
the budget.
there's a walking path by the playing fields at Hopkins. I don't know.
Out to those
I don't know
far
if they have
fields?
benches there.
Oh, really?
Do you?
the last time I walked it, they did not, but that was also
Alright,
before
so
winter.
describe where this is for me.
So-
Behind the high school.
Yeah. So
Is it a walking path out to those outer fields?
it's a giant
It's a track, yeah.
rectangle, circle, some that kind of square shape. Maybe it's about half a mile long or something, and that's a possibility for.
So like a bench so people could rest?
Yeah, maybe a bench in the middle. Yeah.
Okay, so bench.
Trying to think other places. I don't know if there's any benches that are necessary on the Conti path, but I also don't know who owns the Conti.
After seeing how
County.
much trash recycled.
The Alexander Dawson track on top of the dike. I don't
Oh.
know if there's a need there, but I don't
Is there
know
a
about
trash
ownership.
receptacle over there?
I don't think so.
I don't
Not
think
that I
so
recall.
either.
That's a thought,
So
so.
those are
the
two
dump-
possibilities. And that's the value of a committee where you can brainstorm ideas.
Well, that's why I'm putting it out to
Yeah.
you guys, cause I just was coming up, not really with anything.
Well,
A
we would have
trash
to put this back
receptacle.
on the agenda
Oh.
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Well, that's why you can't really tell that much by just looking at the printed list. It's helpful if you
Yeah.
do it online. So I'm writing down trash receptacle and or a bench. Okay, so here's the rub now, is that if we go with one of those things, guess what they're gonna be made out of? Ding, 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 ding. Recycled plastic. So we're putting it, I swear, it's such a dilemma.
well, it's an endless loop, but you know, it's a loop we're living in. I have 2 plastic chairs on my front porch,
I know.
and they're actually really
Hello, look at the
comfortable.
room.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's everywhere.
it is everywhere.
So yeah, that's something to consider. I can go in there and, well, any one of us, hopefully, people will get interested in this and see. It's kind of a pain, you have to go into the, category, and then it lists the vendors, and then you have to go to their website and see what they have. It took months
Yeah.
to decide on the trash receptacles.
Well, I wonder if Chris Desjardins would have ideas too of around Hopkins, where they might be able to use
That
some
poor
plastic
guy.
seating.
I can't even get him to answer me about, so they did well, that's our next topic,
Yeah.
I'll wait.
So this is back on the agenda also.
Yeah, we'll put that back.
Yeah. Well, hold on. We can go. Are we up to spring cleaning?
Yes.
I didn't know if Kathy's finished.
Okay.
I think, you guys, those were 2 good ideas, and
Yeah.
unless you have more, we can be
Yeah.
finished.
Okay. So spring cleaning, April 25th is the date.
Mhm.
You both are cordially invited. The whole committee is
You know,
invited.
do you?
I do strongly suggest if you help out, bring gloves,
Mm.
bring a high visibility vest, and honestly, we've used some of those extended reach grabbers.
Yeah,
Those are all things that make a difference. So hold on, gloves, vest, grabber, they've really helped. So here's what's happened so far. I've checked in with Solid Waste Solutions, they've given approval to that day. I've checked in with police and fire, and they know about that day.
okay,
I have mentioned it to Annie McKenzie and the folks at school, including Ruth Ann Fitzgibbon, so they know. Problem is,
no kids over.
well, the problem is it's the second week of school vacation, so there may or may not be kids available.
There might be a club that decides to do it or something.
Maybe, so hold on,
Depends
so, what did I say, Solid Waste? Solid Waste was very good to work with, they always are, I wanna thank them for
So
doing
if you
this.
put the word out like to Hadley Learns, or put it on the,
Not yet, so Solid Waste Solution.
yeah, it's kind of.
Schools, police and
Public
fire,
safety.
public safety, that's right. We're getting closer to that point where we'll be within 1 month,
Yeah, it's
and
too
that
early
makes sense.
now.
It seems a little early. And Tandem Bagel just came in with Yas
Oh, nice.
to doing 4 dozen bagels.
Okay,
So that's good, that's kind of the core group.
yeah, that
Um,
gets people there.
I've asked for Catalina's help. I hope I did it in a kind way. I don't know. She was suggesting a few other places to tell and other groups to get involved, but honestly, I'm just overwhelmed with school.
Yeah,
And she said she would take that on. So I have the flyer. So next up, I need to send the flyer to Jennifer.
to email and put it on
To Jennifer, yeah, Sanders James, to email,
and put on as an announcement on the website.
yeah. You mean our website?
No, on the front
Okay,
page of
gotcha.
the town. Yeah,
To email and website, got you.
I always ask her to put
That-
it under
okay, that's good.
announcements on the front page.
Okay. So under announcements, you say, that's a
Yeah,
good
on the
tip.
front page of the town website. Then she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, thanks for that tip, and, I'm trying to think of what other things to remember. So what I'll do is,
Well, Michael brought up before, when you get to the dump, the transfer station with the bags of trash, do you sort it out at all, or it just all goes in the trash?
It depends. Claire and I, my wife and I, we sort it out. We have metal cans and things like that, and we'll dump it where it's appropriate. Cardboard, same thing. We'll
Okay.
run 2 or 3 different bags, and that's how we'll do it.
Okay. But you're not instructing people to do it that way.
I will have bags. I still have some leftover bags from Home Depot.
I'm not. That
But-
might just be too hard for people.
Well, but
to
I'll
sort.
instruct people to at least do recyclables like cans into one bag, and then other trash. into
Do you
another.
find a lot of cans?
But partly we find a lot of cans because we live not far from UMass. So when we're doing the section by the UMass horse farm, there's lots of cans there. Also, it's interesting, I was seeing cans floating in the water by the stone circle at UMass. So all in there, there's lots of trash. I'm wondering what other things can you think of? Like,
And that's what you've done every year, and you've had a pretty good turnout, right?
what I'll do is I'll email everybody who participated last year, everybody who signed up on the Google form, and I'll say, hey, you're invited to do it again.
Yeah, here's when it is. And blah, blah, blah.
Should I try contacting Scott Merzbach from the Gazette and spread the
Heck
word that
yeah.
way? Okay.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, it ends up in the paper, all the different towns that are doing a cleanup.
So Scott Merzbach. I'll email last year's crew.
So are we making decisions here? Or?
No, we're not making
No.
decisions, we're brainstorming.
Jack's making a list.
I'm making a
Okay.
list. This is one reason I was glad we were able to at least meet, because this is all very helpful. I have it down with Solid Waste Solutions. They're so good to work with. The school is good to work with. Public Safety is great. Tandem is really good. But then it's spreading the word for,
Yeah, I know, and your brain just goes,
for the
"Nah,
crew."
I don't want to think about it.
um,
Yeah.
but what you said with Jennifer, Scott, Merzbach, and the Gazette. And then emailing last year's, the people who helped. Can you think of other ways to spread the word?
Are you going to do Hadley Learns, that group?
Okay, so Hadley Learns.
I mean, that's pretty easy.
Hadley Learns.
And that goes out to a lot of people.
Should I do the community page on Facebook?
I think so.
Well, that's a good idea.
Okay.
I don't know how much you'll get from that.
Oh, there's a lot of people who read that.
Yeah.
Maybe the select board could announce it at their next meeting
Yeah.
at the end, when they do announcements.
Do they
That's
do that
great
kind of
idea.
thing?
Yeah, they often do that.
Oh, okay. So when you send it to Jennifer, you can ask, because she's who you ask.
Oh, that's
She's
who
the
you asked
select board
about the
face.
select board?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's good to know.
So if you want her to, like when
See
you,
if they'll do it, yeah.
Yeah,
when we need to go before the select board, you line it up with Jennifer.
okay,
She's like the secretary. of the
so select board via Jennifer.
Yeah. You guys are taking such good notes on that.
Well, because this is my to-do list, and this is really important.
Okay.
Because it's great to have all these folks who support it, Solid Waste Solution, Tandem,
Yeah.
Public Safety, the school, but it's really important to have our crew. That makes all the
Well, and
difference
if you
in the
notice
world.
anywhere in particular that you're like, sheesh, there should be a trash can here.
Oh, that's good.
You know, that's something to,
This is our 6th annual,
Wow.
which is amazing. Yeah,
okay.
and I wonder, putting it on community page, I can just put the flyer or something. I think that.
Oh, yeah, I would do, spring cleanup this year is April
Yeah.
25th, blah, blah, blah. Here's the sign-up sheet.
Yeah, because I've noticed some other folks, like they're doing an alternate Asparagus Festival, and
Who
they've
is?
been advertising it quite a bit. Well, the local public TV station isn't doing it anymore.
I know.
They stopped.
I know.
So they're doing an Asparagus Fest at North Hadley, at the Sugar Shack.
Oh. Do we know
They've been
when?
advertising, around the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
same date, same weekend?
I mean, that's what people are used to.
That's when the Asparagus Fair was the same week?
It was always just before graduation, or just after graduation. Graduation was Friday night, and they would do it on that Saturday.
I thought graduation's in May.
No, from Hopkins?
Oh, that graduation. I
Yeah.
thought you meant UMass.
No, not UMass
Okay.
graduation. Hadley Learns Community Paid Select Board. Okay.
Yeah, that gets out to a lot of people. I mean, I guess you could send it to the Mothers Club, but I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. Yep. I had forgotten about that.
Oh, maybe the Girl Scouts,
Yes, Girl Scouts.
yeah, cause I
At
think
least
they
the
might
high
have
school
expressed
ones.
interest.
Yeah.
When they were
Yes,
here.
that's a great idea. And who should I send it to with the Scouts? I wonder if they have.
I don't know. You know what? I could call my daughter right now and ask her, like, who's the head
Yeah.
honcho of Girl Scouts.
And,
Yeah.
Emma Dragon was here.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a
So
Or
Emma,
she's
Emma
not
could be a
she's
a
a
contact. Okay.
But I don't know if
remember
she-
the name of the other woman that was here.
But they're doing fourth graders.
Yeah.
I think that's a little too young.
Well, it all depends. Like.
Well, I know one what's her name?
You
Mara
have to be-
Breen. She has
yeah.
a high school
Yeah.
troop.
Yeah. All right. Mara, and I think some of those emails.
I don't know. I'll get in touch with Lauren and ask
Okay.
her who's like the Hadley boss of Girl Scouts.
But those are great ideas that
And
I
who
wouldn't.
I'll
have
just
come up
ask
with.
her
Yeah.
for this. Who does she think we should get in touch with, if anyone?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Spreading the
Okay,
word.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. 4.2 we'll skip over. 4.3 back to Kathy.
Okay, 1 second. In spring. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. Okay, so where are we now?
Green communities.
Okay. So the last I heard, AEG did show up over the February break and they did the air sealing. And that's the last that I've heard. I shared with Chris Desjardins our opinion that we should not use AEG anymore and he should get somebody else for the or for the insulation, and he was like, he said, they know the building, blah, 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 blah. I could tell he was just like, no. It's just too hard getting somebody here for a quote, even though AEG is like, takes forever. So, so I said, okay, we trust your judgment. It was just, we don't like AEG. Neither does he. He's not gonna
Yeah.
use them anymore for any other
Yeah.
projects.
Will they do the installation too?
Oh, he's saying, Kyle is saying, oh yeah, and we'll do it for less, and
Okay.
that doesn't thrill me. How about just do a good job,
Yeah.
But, he's like, well, I'm working up, why is he working up a new
Mm.
proposal for the ventilation? It's like, I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think a boss, caught him not in the proposal saying he was doing the air sealing first, cause you do that before insulation. So, I mean, that's my opinion, but Chris wants to stick with him, so he has the final say. I emailed him a couple days ago, kind of a follow-up, have you gotten a proposal yet? And he hasn't gotten back to me. I just figured they're all so busy trying to figure out what to do with this budget
Yeah.
that, I'll hear from him eventually. So that's all I know. The air sealing was done, but what Kyle said was, yeah, I'll get a proposal to you. We're planning on doing it over
April
April vacation,
Yeah.
and then finish up in the summer.
Okay.
So who knows that.
Okay. Do you have a sense of what kind of balance this will leave in the green communities
No,
grant?
no.
No, okay.
I mean, so his original proposal for the insulation was around $100,000, which left us, after all the other things, with like this 13,000. Now they've done the and so he's chucked that proposal,
Yeah,
which left us with, okay, so the air sealing costs 7,000 something.
yeah,
And it left us with, I believe, 97,000,
Oh,
a lot of money,
yeah,
you know, so, and since then, Chris has had another company come in and, thinking about the next round. And because insulation wasn't done yet, they included that in their proposal.
Yeah.
And their number for Hopkins was 100,000 to
Mhm.
do the insulation. So it bothers me if Kyle is coming back to us with like a very much lower number. I'm just worried he's not gonna do a good job, that they're just gonna do it a little bit. I don't know, let's see what the proposal is. Maybe it's ceiling only, nothing in the walls, I don't know. So no, I don't know what our ending balance is gonna be. I guess, you know, we're getting work done slowly. And hopefully we'll be able to get this all spent in time to apply for the next round. I mean, we have, I think the last date is February 2027,
okay.
so. Anyway, so that's all I know. And darn, the flyer, there are copies of the flyer back. Should I go look on Violet's desk?
Mhm.
I don't think so.
That's something that we can discuss at the next meeting, it seems.
Yeah.
Well, I kinda wanted to get on with it.
Yeah,
I mean, we
Well,
already,
we're kinda stuck.
Yeah.
We're not a quorum. Yeah.
right,
well, but we already decided at a previous meeting that once the, I mean, everybody liked the flyer. It just, the vocabulary
Yeah.
was a little off, so that's, I mean, we agreed to do it, to
Yeah.
use it, and to go before the select board and get permission. So now that the flyer's all been corrected and it's in the right form, I feel like one of us can go ahead before the select
Or
board.
do we need to see it again?
I was gonna show it to you just to be nice. I'll send the email around so
Okay.
you can see it in Word form. Actually, I'll do it right now. It's pretty much like it was before, only a little tiny bit more of the little flourishes, and it's beautiful. It really is, I think.
so either we'd have to take a look at that in the April meeting, or,
Well, I think you've already seen it
Okay.
good enough. I mean, although I think sending it out, I think it's a little early. If it's still so cold out, nobody's gonna go buy a compost bin right now. But in April,
so maybe it is a good thing to include in
Yep.
April again.
Yes.
but I could still go see the select board about it, right?
No,
Oh, you wanna wait?
Just, yeah,
I think we probably should wait.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, where is it? Let me just make a note.
And that way we'll have it, and hopefully Catalina will be here.
right. It would be really great if she was here, because she was the
The spearhead,
inspiration, right?
Okay, so I'll send that to you guys. I wanted to have it
Okay.
tonight to show
All
you,
right.
but. Okay?
Okay, so that's back on the agenda for next time.
Yeah.
Um,
And hopefully I will have heard from Chris about what's going on with that.
When would our next meeting be? Do we know?
Oh,
I'll
next
look.
meeting is gonna be April.
So it would be April 9th.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah, April 9th.
Okay. Just making sure that it didn't conflict with Easter and such, and it won't. It'll be after,
When is it gonna be, sir?
on the 5th. Shall I go get Nick to start
Okay,
the?
topics for next agenda? I mean, we have, most of this is gonna roll over to the next agenda
For
as it
updates.
is.
What about,
Anything new?
Well, I think another brainstorming session of what are some other things to work on heading into this year. Especially if we find out that they've made progress with solar on the landfill. You know, hopefully we'll get an update next meeting on that.
well, we could talk about plastic again. I mean, what do you guys, I mean, you can't decide now, but one of the things, if we could vote, would be, do we wanna contact somebody to come do a talk at the library about plastic?
That's a
When,
good topic.
when something is gonna happen at the library like that, a speaker, would we contact the Friends about, who organizes that at the library?
I think if you talk to Sue, she might have a handle on it, or the director, Patrick.
I know, which one is Sue? Light
Um,
brown hair?
Sue often will do book recommendations. She has medium length curly brown hair.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we talked a lot.
That's to describe her.
I don't know their names. I have her card at home, I think.
Yeah.
But let's, let's talk about it at the next meeting.
So some of the library staff, Patrick is the director.
I know.
You have Sue is the assistant. You have Karen, who often works on weekends. You have Julia, who works with some of the younger kids. And then they have another person, Cindy, that's part-time, like on weekends. So those are some of the people, as of now, that they have on staff.
Yeah, I've seen a couple new faces in there lately since,
Sometimes they have subs, and also there's another person, Emily, who works with some of the younger kids.
but I guess they've gotten, since the Jones moved, they've gotten a lot busier.
Well, and I think they've gotten a lot busier with the new beautiful building.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, no public comment. Note taker will decide next meeting, and our next meeting will be April 9th at 7 PM, somewhere here in the building.
right,
And, we will adjourn
Yeah.
at,
okay.
my
And
goodness.